Any output? I have to be, I just got to be cautious of how I deal with y'all now. I have to be more check. Or PC, sorry. I got to be nicer.
Next step would be president, I guess?
No. I'll be gone by then. CP, I like CP, he's doing a good job.
What do you think has been the kind of priorities for players?
Priorities?
Yeah.
Well, I think if you look at like our bylaws, you look at like our purpose is to ensure players' job security. That's always the key for us. Making sure that we get a fair share of revenue splits, whatever it may be. But I feel like we tackle whatever issues come up. We try to be proactive. I think the NBA does the same thing. You know, there's been a lot of talks about gambling and how we regulate that. It's talks about a lot about one and done. A lot of talks about combine. There's a lot of talks about different things, and I feel like there's a really good dialogue between the NBA and NBPA as far as tackling issues before things expire or it's too late and then we're rushing to get things done.
It seems like you would like to be in a position of power. How is it being who you are and being in a position of power in the Players Association to fight on your behalf?
Well, like I said before, I was one of the vice presidents, of the 7 vice presidents on the board, so I've been heavily involved since just before Michelle was brought on as executive director, so I was behind the scenes with all the hiring process and that whole fiasco, how crazy that was. So I've been doing it for a good amount of time. So I feel like things won't change. You know, I'm always on all the calls, always involved, expressing an opinion, getting the vibes and the feeling of the other players and their thoughts. So that's what changed for me.
Is that something you kind of always wanted to do? Did you always want to be the active role in the Players Association coming to the league? Is something that you say this is what you might love?
I think it's more so just once you get involved in something, you know, you want to know every side of it, the ins and out, and you know, we call it a fraternity, so you want to help progress the fraternity in any way possible. So if that opportunity becomes available, you try to take advantage of it.
How do you balance wanting to be direct, wanting to stand up for what the players need, the rights, knowing everything that you've seen in the NBA, but doing it in a diplomatic way?
I guess, you know, the only thing is I can you can be a little bit more cryptic, which actually fares well for me. You know, I enjoy that aspect of it, so I can't be as blunt, but I can be a little bit more cryptic, and so you really can't figure it out. And that's my way of expressing my frustrations. And then on the other side, it's just, like I said, being politically correct and making sure the best players, the players' interests come first.
Do you think you could have had this role as a 25-year-old?
Not this role, you know, but being through a couple of collective bargaining agreements, being through a lockout, being through a couple of franchises, being through a few contracts and negotiations, and you know, having an agent become a GM, seeing different sides of things, you know, having a teammate traded during the game, you know, ex-teammate traded during the game, all those things. And then just being a kind of older guy, I think that's the most important thing. Not important, but that's a big thing. Is I had a kid tell me he was upset that Chris Webber took my number when I was a rookie. And he was like 8 years old when that happened. He was expressing this to me on the court. Like, that was eye-opening. When you have things like that, and then you start to have some type of influence, I guess, where, you know, guys have seen you grow through this thing and they listen to you and you can help groom them to become, you know, professionals.
We seem to be in an era where players are taking more control over where they end up in free agency or otherwise. Do you agree with that? And has that been a positive thing to watch for you as a player?
Well, it's really hard to disagree with it. The guy says, this is what I want to do with my career. I mean, what's stopping him from doing that? Because you get into a different mentality when you say no. Like, this is the only type of freedom you get. And there's parallels there. There's a lot of differences. It's not life or death, but there are parallels with the mentality that you try to think about. What's up, man? Huh? I told Raymond I only had 2 minutes. He's supposed to bend him, can't got him. See, you gotta stick with the brother man. Don't forget about the other man. Oh, it's been 2 minutes. Oh, we done.
Cool.
There you go.
Thank you.